Welcome, Danica, and we are ready to hear you.
Thank you very much for everything, and thank you, my dear friends from all over the world, that we are together again. There is one thing, you know, here on the slides that Olga, my colleague, the director of CEEMAN, is showing. You can see the star, blue, yellow, green, red star. This means alliance, and this is our logo of Alliance of Management Development Association in Rising Economies. We don't want to say emerging economies because we believe that we are more or less, all of us, and more than less in the phase of the rising economies. And we are proud of that. And so you see all the associations that my colleague Andrés Toledo was already mentioning. And so we got the idea already some time ago in CEEMAN that we should really establish an association of our associations, an organization that we would work together better, because we believe that we are a great family which has which is sharing similar values. We have the similar challenges, you know, all over. And if I come to CLADEA, we are also dancing there at the meeting, not this time, but otherwise, we had in conference recently in Trieste, and we were dancing till 2 o'clock in the morning. And I shall never forget your events, which the last one where I was present was in Rio de Janeiro, how we were beautifully dancing and how we were together as real friends. So that is certainly something, this friendly atmosphere, the family atmosphere is connecting us a lot. And otherwise, the goals, what would we like to do? We would like to become more recognized around the world. And you know who is making this recognition? By ourselves. We have to do it ourselves. And we think that we together to have a website, which we have already. And here we have the African lady, Lana, Elramly, who is representing today here the Association of African Business Schools. She was helping with, and your also your director was helping to make this this website in place, and we shall add still more. You know, the richer we become with the work, the more you will be able to read on. We are thinking to have at least once a year a great conference where we shall talk about the new challenges in management education. Then we are thinking that we shall have that conference. Sorry, we are preparing now. And we imagine to have it in the beginning, I mean, not in the beginning, but like in the spring next year, where we would invite all these 7 associations to take part of it and to exchange information, what is going on in management education around the world, what is going on in Latin America and Africa, in Europe, and in Asia, of course. And so that is one thing. And the second thing, and we are preparing that already. And the second thing, what we are preparing is to have also the big research, big international research, where we are quite strong in already, and that is the research on hidden champions. Hidden champions are the companies that are the number 1 or 2 in the world in their market niche, you know, in their branch. And so we would like to show how many of these innovative companies have Chile, has Peru, has Brazil, and of course all countries in Africa, Eastern Europe, etc. So that is very important, to present ourselves to the world. And then, of course, we are inviting each other to the events what we are preparing. Like our students from all over were present at Student Guidar Forum, enabling really global participation of students and experts in April 21. And then, there were some other associations having their meetings, like we had it in CEEMAN, also in Trieste, that I mentioned already. And so we were absolutely happy to hear more. People like to hear more from other associations and to know what is going on around the world. So joint research on hidden champions, event for the deans, more active communications, more board meetings, so that we are really creating our future by ourselves. And we are very happy if you are sending us some suggestions and initiative and so on, what could really help us to become more visible and better. And one last thing I would like to mention, and that is that we have all our own accreditation schemes, like IQA, International Quality Accreditation in CEEMAN, and then EQUA, which you have in Latin America, and Africa has their own accreditation as well. So we would like to put some interesting insights together. We are comparing now these accreditation schemes, and we would like to start to recognize each other's accreditation around the world, so that we are not left behind, that you come to one continent where they have, maximum 10 accreditations, and there are continents where they have thousands of accreditations, and I don't think we are worse than others. So we just have to create a mechanism recognizing the quality, not that we would just get it like that, not at all. We want to promote the quality and the diversity, which is extremely important. So that would be for my introduction. And I know that later I could still perhaps add some words about the future of management education, how we see it in CEEMAN, and because we made the research, and Olga, my colleague, can also add something about that. And I'm sure that Manuel Ortiz is somewhere there too. And, and I would like to greet everybody who is on the screen and who is behind the screen, and all the public of CLADEA, because we really have a lot of respect for your association, and we really have a lot of common issues to resolve and to work on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Danica, for the information you provide to the Alliance and to our audience today. Thank you very much. And now we can go to the second part of the presentation, that we will give each one of the panelists to express what they believe would be the future of management education. Lana, she was waiting for the call. Okay.
I'm Lana Elramly. I'm the AABS Director for Accreditation and Strategy. I'm here on behalf of Grafton White, who is the AABS Chairman, and also he's the Alliance Board Member. So thank you, Andrés and Manuel, for the wonderful opportunity, and Danica, thank you for the introduction. But just following up on what Danica has said as far as the overall organization of the Alliance, I'd like to mention, as for the communication, we'll be launching soon our YouTube channel. We have already established a LinkedIn page, and we'll be unifying all of our communication effort to make more recognition into the brand of the Alliance. So you will see more of the Alliance news feeds as more of the associations send us their information moving forward. And I'd like to also thank CLADEA for taking care of the website. So it's actually a joint effort between the Association of African Business Schools and CLADEA when it comes to the communication. So thank you again, Andrés and Manuel, for taking care of that. When it comes to the future of management education and the Association of African Business Schools, like what Danica said, we have common issues. Perhaps the solutions or recommendations that we're working towards are different, but however, we are all looking for the same outcome. So one of the things that we're working on from 2022 to 2025 is that we want to emphasize the African roots of our business schools to ensure that they have a global reach. Okay, so the new management education and the new business that we know with post-COVID, it has transformed completely. And our roles as associations is we have to make sure that all of the business schools that our member schools are actually in par with the new business order of business of the world as we know it. So, in the future, more than 50% of the world's youth is going to be in Africa. So emphasizing the African roots, but ensuring there's a global reach will make sure that all of these youth population is connected to similar associations and other populations across the world, which we hope to achieve through the Alliance.
Let's go back to, for example, to Edita.
Thank you for giving me the floor, for inviting me. Today I'm representing Baltic Management Development Association. And probably I will share my insights, idea, what is the future of our business education. Actually, it's really trendy today to talk about technologies, how they impact our daily lives, what is the new normal related to pandemic situation. And does those questions really about technology and medicine or pharmaceuticals? Actually, it's more about management, I would say. We use ICT to get connected, we use data to get evidence, but everything is about the skills to make decisions, draw the vision, and get the things done. That means that business education, management education has a lot to do in the future. Because looking at the experiences of the situation that we have, the majority of issues in different countries, businesses, hospitals, they are dealing with management issues. And the decisions that leaders are taking in different countries, CEOs, companies, the heads of the health institutions, etc., the thing that they are doing is management. How to frame the rules of quarantine based on data, based on culture, based on behaviors of different societies in different countries. How to deal with disrupted value chains and ensure supply. How to reorganize activities of the hospitals in order to have extra beds for COVID patients. Or how to motivate the society for vaccination in different countries. And all those questions are about leadership and management. And besides that, I think there is a shift in business models. They have to be changed. Not talking about the shift in the economic models of the companies, that countries are moving from the value for shareholders to the shared value for society. And I think that skills that business schools are responsible for now becomes like must-have for everyone. On the other hand, if we take the global business schools as institutions, if they are good, usually they are rich, they are accredited and autonomous. And even if they are part of bigger universities, somehow they usually are detached from the universities and their mission to develop the business and management skill for doctors, for engineers, for educators, and for the others. And when we take the rules of your accreditation, like most popular schemes like EFMD, like ACSB has, they require to be autonomous. They count disciplines inside the school, but usually they never ask about the mission for the business and management education or entrepreneurial skills development for engineers or other professionals in the whole universities. So I think that the future of business education is interdisciplinarity in a more broad sense, finding the common language among different professionals coming from different disciplines or learning how to work together while developing products, solving big challenges, or doing other hands-on type of projects. And furthermore, I think that we as associations or alliance, we have to rethink, because we are talking a lot about impacts, about urgency of interdisciplinarity, about new normal almost in every conference, almost for 10 years. But what really happened? So I think that the role of the associations of alliance is to rethink the mission of business education in wider context, and trying to understand what exactly is the purpose of business degree in the labor world central with different labor world, and what level of flexibility and interdisciplinarity should we add to our content of our programs, and evaluating the fact that management entrepreneurial skills now are important not just for alumni of business school, but for all professionals, how the frameworks of accreditation school could serve to reshape the path of business schools and business education development. So that's from my side, and thank you for giving the floor.
Thank you, Edita. Thank you. Let's go to Edson from ANGRAD.
Everyone, thank you very much. On behalf of our 600 plus members, students, teachers, and executives of these institutions, we want to thank CLADEA and the president, dear Andrés Toledo, for the very kind invitation to this event, which is, by the way, one of the most important in the area of management in the world. In Brazil, we just had received a great piece of news with the approval of new guidelines for management courses in Brazil, approved by the Minister of Education. ANGRAD was at the forefront of the negotiations and in partnership with CFA, worked with the National Council on Education, at the time presided by Antônio Freitas, who is here, and worked together for almost a year to bring enormous advances in these guidelines. So I would like to take the opportunity to thank Antônio Freitas for creating the critical space for this very important reform for the schools of management in Brazil. The new guidelines approved in Brazil have been designed to allow management programs to have the freedom to adjust to new technologies, new business models, and the needs of local and regional customers in a much more dynamic and ever-changing society. This Monday, we all had news that Elon Musk had become the richest man in the world with personal worth of around $300 billion. That's about $100 billion richer than the second place, Jeff Bezos. At the same time, Tesla has become the new $1 trillion company. About 1 year ago, in August 2020, Tesla briefly became a $1 trillion company, but prices were quickly corrected and they went down. What I want to show with this brief example is that times are really changing and we need to be adapted to these new transformations. Obviously, such kind of huge increases in fortunes as a result of just the perception of investors who value the future of a company might be a little bit worrisome for all of us that are concerned with equity and inclusion in the world. But anyway, it is a reality that we have to prepare our schools and our students and our faculty. So in Brazil, ANGRAD is working with our members and would like to extend our efforts to strengthen the link between our members, the universities, the schools, with more than 1,000 members of other partners associations from all over the world who are represented here in the associations. Finally, I would like to remind all colleagues of the annual meeting of ANGRAD and our panel on November 14. If you have not received the formal invitation, it should be arriving any moment. So we look forward to having all of you in our annual event in about 3 weeks from now. So thank you very much and look forward to our continuing collective effort on behalf of the management community in the world. Well, thank you very much, Andrés. Thank you very much, Danica, for your leadership also. And thank you for all colleagues who are here for the partnership.
Thank you, Edson. And now let's us jump to another continent. Let's go and we can hear now Sergey from the Russian Association of Business Education.
Thank you very much, Andrés. It's a great honor for me. RABE, Russian Association of Business Education, is your younger sister. We're learning from you. We have just celebrated a week ago our 30th anniversary of existence. And using this opportunity, I want to thank all of you, your associations, and especially Danica Purg, who initiated our alliance for this great opportunity to meet you, to discuss our common goals, to think how to improve this world and how to bring new values to our students, because the future of the planet belongs to our students. And it's a great thing that we are in this way sort of a creators of the future of our world. I think that we have numerous opportunities for cooperation. Some of them we started to use by now, and I consider that the invitation of all of us to participate at Danica Purg's conferences, at Andrés Toledo conference, at other international conferences, it's a unique opportunity not just to meet, but to establish network and to feel the nerves of the people from different continents. This is very, very important. It seems to me that today for business education, there are three words which are really meaningful. The first word is environment, because the environment is under the greatest change. Everything is under the change. Even the word VUCA doesn't reflect this enormous quantity of changes everywhere in politics, in economy, in communication, in medical situation of the world, because a huge challenge is this coronavirus and new environment for our work under the epidemic. We're learning, we meet new challenges, and I consider that the very opportunity of exchange of opinion and meeting each other provides for us new ways to understand the world and each other. Danica mentioned that on our site, we are very happy that we propose so-called students guidar in English, and for free. In last year, 17 countries participated. Their students just discussed the biggest problems of crime, of social entrepreneurship, of sustainable development, of green economy, and it was very interesting discussion. This year or next year in April, we shall repeat this conference. And if you're doing something like that, I would appreciate greatly your invitation for our English-speaking students to participate. I consider that when the students communicate without interpreters, without intermediary people, when they can talk, look into the eyes of each other, it's fantastic opportunity for them to feel what is happening on our planet. And let us also think about maybe limited exchange of our faculties online, because I think it is beneficial and practically free with the modern technologies. Danica initiated fantastic research, hidden champions of the 21st century. RABE would be happy to participate. And maybe some other pieces of international research would be open for the people from different countries and continents. Maybe we can talk about the presence of students, again, for free from our countries at the classes of each other. Let us try to generate something new and good. Once again, thank you very much.
Now let's go to our friend in forum, Andrés.
Well, thank you very much, Andrés, and it's obviously a great pleasure to contribute to this conversation. And let me extend the best wishes and congratulations from the members of Forum and the Polish Business Schools to you personally, to all the attendees of the conference of the CLADEA Congress, to CLADEA members, and also to the members of all the associations that sort of form the Star Alliance. And let me share a couple of thoughts about the current and future value and contribution of individual alliances to the business schools community, and also where I see the synergies that the Star Alliance may contribute. through our cooperation and communication? Well, first of all, the most immediate values and benefits that we are providing to our member schools as individual associations are pretty straightforward. I mean, first of all, we facilitate networking and experience sharing through conferences like the one that we are participating these days, seminars, meetings, webinars, and other events. Secondly, obviously, we are assisting our members in the quality improvement, incremental quality improvement journeys through pre-accreditations, accreditations, through counseling, through other types of support that actually help them continuously improve the quality of educational services and research activities that they are involved in. And thirdly, and this is very important for Polish business schools, it is supporting the universities and schools in going international. And obviously, through our relations within the Star Alliance, we have much more opportunities of reaching out to members of CLADEA, of CEEMAN, of RABE, of ANGRAD and AABS. And obviously, we have already helped a number of schools, get in touch and initiate, the partnership sort of process with the future partner business schools. These are the most evident and the most obvious ongoing activities that our associations are conducting. But I believe that as the landscape of management education, executive education is changing rapidly, also the role of our associations, and especially the role of the Alliance, is going to be different, extended, and probably even more significant. And I think the most important thing is that we will contribute to the development of business education and executive education by accompanying and assisting business schools in the transition and transformation and change process that schools will need to go through. And I think the main challenge for many of our organizations as business schools, because we are also, most of us, leaders of business schools ourselves, is to redefine our value proposition. And there are three things that I will touch upon very briefly, taking into account the time that we have in our disposal. Well, first of all, we need, as business schools, we need to ask ourselves the question of how well do we map and profile our stakeholders? Who our beneficiaries, immediate beneficiaries are? Is this the academic community? Is this the business community? Are these the students, the local society, the economy in large? And how well do we understand the needs and future challenges? Secondly, what is the impact that we exercise? What is the actual contribution that we are providing our stakeholders with? And this is a question of how good we are in knowledge provision, or is our focus supporting career development or economic development or business development of our corporate clients, or economic development of our region or maybe our country, or is it contributing to sustainable economy of our country or region, or maybe development of this mindset of responsible leadership? So this is the question of how relevant we are as business schools to our stakeholders and beneficiaries. And then thirdly, very quickly, this is a question of how do we define and provide quality? How good are we in terms of setting our integrated learning outcomes? Are we speaking the language of knowledge provision or skills and competency development? How good is this? Is there a market-informed curriculum development or design process in place in our institutions? How well do we respond to changing needs and expectations of our students and clients? Is there a right pedagogy in place? Are we using the constructivist approach to learning and development processes? How well are we? How good are we? How well do we incorporate technology into the teaching and learning and development processes? And these are the questions and challenges that each of our institutions as business schools need to probably ask ourselves. And there is no one-size-fits-all response to these questions. And I think this is where the role of individual associations and especially the role of the alliance comes to play. We, through our relations, communication, may tap into the best practice, into the best examples, into the knowledge and experience of other institutions, of business schools, or of hidden champions in our industry, in the educational industry as well, and basically share and inspire our members with this knowledge, experience, and achievements. I think the Alliance is a great initiative, very happy to be a part of it. And obviously, I look forward to working with CLADEA and all the members within the projects that Danica was also announcing and describing, because I think through these projects and initiatives, we'll be able to serve our communities, not only on the ongoing basis, but especially support our business schools in our countries, regions, and globally to go through this transformation process and respond to the challenges that they are facing and will be facing in the future. Andrés, thank you very much for the opportunity of sharing my immediate thoughts, and I look forward to the continuing.
Great. And now we're coming back to South America, and let's give the floor to Antonio.
I'm very happy to be with all of you. I would just say the same thing that all of you said, but it's important to remember that we live it's very clear that we live in the same the same planet. That's why it's a very good reason to have the Star Alliance, to have the alliance, so one can help the other. If our friends, our brothers in Latin America are not so well as in Europe or in America, everybody is suffering. Everybody is trying to move, let's say, to the United States. So let's try to help each other. So everybody should grow together. Thank you very much. And congratulations for CLADEA meeting.